Hi, this is Paige Pradko. Welcome to Therapy for a Better Life. Today I'm talking about anxiety disorders and panic attacks. And this is the second video in a two-part series on panic disorder. And if you missed that first video, you definitely want to check it out so you learn a little bit about what's going on in your brain and your body in panic disorder. Also, please remember to subscribe to my channel because I've got some great videos coming up on social anxiety and exposure therapy, and I know you don't want to miss those. So let's get started on today's topic. I'd like you to take a look at a diagram of a panic attack. You can see that on the left side of the panic attack, on that side is your level of anxiety. And your level of anxiety goes from 0 to 10. On the bottom of the graph, you'll see that this is time. And a very typical anxiety attack or panic attack lasts from 20 to 30 minutes. Now, you can see that the anxiety attack or panic attack looks like a bell-shaped curve. At the very top of the curve is where the symptoms are really the worst. This is where the cortisol and adrenaline is really pumping through your bloodstream. But this only lasts 3 to 5 minutes, the worst of it. And I like people to know that because it just helps them kind of already bring their fear center down a little bit, that it's only 3 to 5 minutes. Now, some people, if they don't calm all the way down, they can begin some rapid cycling panic and have these panic disorders continue for a while. But we're going to talk about what to do about that and how to stop that. Now, I want you to look at this level 5 on the bell-shaped curve, the level 5 of anxiety. At a level 5, we're beginning to notice physical symptoms. And physical symptoms might be our heart rate increasing, our pulse increasing, our breathing might get a little bit more rapid and more difficult. We might get a little bit of dizziness, maybe a little nauseous. Some people will start a little bit of shaking, trembling, and sweating. When you begin to notice physical symptoms is when we go right into our techniques for high-level anxiety. And we do this because we have two different goals in treating anxiety at this level. Our goal number 1 and most important is to calm down the fear center of the brain, the amygdala. Because when we calm down the fear center of the brain, we are deactivating our sympathetic nervous system and we're activating our parasympathetic nervous system and stopping the release of those stress hormones, and we are bringing down our heart rate and our pulse. Anything to calm the amygdala helps that process. And the second goal is that we're going to calm our cortex, our frontal cortex too, our thoughts that we're having. We're going to calm those and help our cortex actually get through the panic. So what is my high level of anxiety treatment techniques? Well, I have an acronym. I always have an acronym. The acronym is M.E.W.S, M-E-W-S, M.E.W.S. If you have a cat, you might like that acronym. So it consists of 4 basic techniques. And I think if you remember the word M.E.W.S, you will remember these 4 techniques of what you do when you hit that level 5 of anxiety. The first one is move your body. The number 1 mistake I see when I treat panic disorder is that people are passive. They think that they have to just lay down and relax, and that only keeps the panic going further and worse and for a longer period of time. Because you're keeping the cortisol and the adrenaline in your bloodstream for so long, you're not burning it up. We burn it up through moving our body. So moving your body is so important when you are having panic, and when you first hit that level 5, you've got to begin to move your body. If you're someplace that you can't move your body, we're going to use the other ones, the other part of our M.E.W.S techniques as well. But I just want you to remember, if you can move your body, do it. The second is E is for external focus. External focus means we're going to focus on everything outside of our body. You're going to be looking intently, hearing things, focusing on anything, but you're not going to let your attention go to your body. This is another method of calming down our cortex and calming down our amygdala. The third technique is W, and W stands for welcoming the panic. This is a paradoxical technique. Remember, our amygdala is very excited, our fear center of the brain. We have to convince our fear center of the brain that we are not afraid. And how we do this is by saying, bring it on. Bring on the panic. Give me more. What are your worst symptoms? If you're afraid of being nauseous, then ask to make yourself more nauseous as you possibly can. If your fear is your heart palpitations, make my heart palpitate more. Bring it on. Really bring on those symptoms. Bring on that panic. The worst is only 3 to 5 minutes. We can handle it. So when you really welcome the panic and bring it on and bring on the worst symptoms and really believe it and try to bring on those symptoms, really try, your brain will give you the message that you are not afraid at all. If you want these symptoms to happen, you're not afraid at all of the panic. And it actually turns down that panic center. It calms down. Adrenaline and cortisol get shut off, and you begin to calm down. Now, the final method in M.E.W.S is S for square breathing. And I did a whole video on square breathing. I'm going to put a link for you in the description so you can review square breathing. But square breathing is diaphragmatic breathing. We're doing that big belly breathing, and it's slow breathing. So we are actually breathing in through our nose, expanding our belly, and we're breathing in for the count of 4, holding our breath for the count of 4, exhaling out of our mouth very slowly, the count of 8, always twice as long as the inhale, and then we're going to hold our breath for the count of 4. You can do as many of these square breaths for as long as you want. And this again calms down the amygdala. And you begin doing these M.E.W.S techniques right when you hit that level 5 and you first notice the physical symptoms of anxiety and panic. Again, the M.E.W.S is M is for moving the body, E is for external focus, W is for welcoming the panic, and S is for square breathing. You will not go wrong with these techniques. They work so well. And I want you to remember M.E.W.S and use it whenever you get those physical sensations. Now, you might notice that there are lower anxiety techniques. And the lower anxiety techniques, when you have anxiety, 0 through 5, it's never really 0. It's more like 1 through 5. You're going to use a different method, and that acronym is CALM. And I have a video series on these lower anxiety methods, what to do, what to use when, and I'm going to put a link for the lower anxiety methods in my CALM method. And C stands for calming the body and those techniques. A is for accepting anxiety, and that includes acceptance techniques, mindfulness, and ACT therapies. L is for logic, and those are cognitive behavioral therapies, and CBT and DBT, dialectical behavior therapies. And M is for moving on, and those are distraction techniques. But first for panic, I want you to learn the M.E.W.S method and really get good at M.E.W.S. And as your anxiety gets lower, I want you to review the CALM method and get very good. Those are maintenance techniques that everybody needs to learn. So I know I gave you a lot of information in this video, And if you have any questions over anything that I covered, please leave me the question or comment in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe because I've got some great videos coming up. But until next time, hey, I hope you have a great week. Look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye.